If you asked people around the world to picture the ideal life, the pursuit of happiness usually looks a lot like this. We imagine endless sunshine, extreme personal wealth, and a visible, high-status lifestyle where you constantly outpace everyone else. Then you look at Finland. For almost half the year, parts of the country barely see the sun. The environment guarantees freezing temperatures, heavy winter snow, and months of near-total darkness. Yet, against every conventional expectation, global data continually points to this exact place as the happiest nation on Earth. The annual World Happiness Report places Finland at the very top, year after year. That ranking confuses people, who assume the report measures daily joy or how often people smile. It actually tracks something much deeper. The researchers are looking at whether citizens trust their neighbors, if they feel physically safe, and if they can build a life without constant underlying fear. High happiness rankings in Finland are a result of prioritizing systemic stability over fleeting emotional peaks. By focusing on reducing the baseline of collective stress, the Finnish model proves that long-term well-being is a product of structural peace. In many parts of the world, we assume that immense personal wealth is a requirement for security. We use money to build a buffer, insulating ourselves from being cheated or harmed by the society around us. If you drop your wallet in a park in Helsinki, there is a very high probability someone will return it to you, completely untouched. High interpersonal trust replaces the need for that financial insulation. That expectation of honesty extends straight up into their institutions. Citizens operate on the belief that the police, the teachers, and the justice system will treat them fairly. This creates a stark contrast to global hustle culture. While the standard definition of success involves working longer hours to buy a bigger house and beat the competition, Finland operates on a philosophy called Sisu. The word translates roughly to quiet determination. It prioritizes intrinsic resilience and a balanced life over visible status and showing off. In daily life, this means giving equal weight to making a living and actually living. Resting and spending time with family are treated as highly productive uses of time. When citizens no longer spend their lives worrying about being cheated or taken advantage of, the mind has room for peace. This internal calm is the direct result of living in a system designed for fair treatment. We see this exact same approach in how they raise their children. The standard global assumption is that kids need intense pressure, massive amounts of homework, and constant testing to become intelligent, successful adults. The Finnish education system takes the opposite path. Children start fauna schooling later in life. They receive minimal homework, and the schools reject standardized testing almost entirely. The logic behind this is simple. Children learn best when they are genuinely curious. The goal is to build lifelong learners through organic comprehension, rather than stressing them into becoming efficient exam machines. That same removal of pressure applies to the environment. In densely packed, competitive cities, peaceful nature is often treated as an expensive weekend luxury, a place you have to escape to. Finland has a legal tradition known as every man's right. It guarantees that anyone can explore forests, lakes, and natural spaces, regardless of who owns the land. Access to pristine nature is a daily, protected routine. Regular exposure to natural environments is a clinically proven method for reducing human stress and improving mental well-being. By stripping away any necessary stressors from childhood education and guaranteeing daily access to quiet environments for adults, the Finnish model actively engineers a psychological baseline of well-being. Finland is not a flawless utopia. People living there still experience illness, economic hardship, and loneliness. A strong society doesn't magically eliminate the struggles of being human. It ensures that when those difficulties arrive, you do not face them alone. National success depends on a shared foundation of safety, health, and social connection. Happiness, in this context, is the measurable result of a reliable and interconnected support system. That kind of structural happiness is built over decades. It relies on compounding small daily choices in how neighbors and institutions interact with each other. True national happiness is an architectural choice, and it's one that any country can begin making today. If you could implement one Finnish habit in your own society, which one would it be? Let us know in the comments.